Welcome back everyone. After having had a few days spent with the Dell XPS 15, I can now share a few things that are really annoying and 5 things that are actually really nice about this laptop. So let's start with the biggest annoyance. When you press on this area, when you have your laptop on your lap, the touchpad will stop work. It works any other time, it works perfectly fine on the desk. However, I noticed that's an issue that happens to a lot of Dell laptops, and it is actually really frustrating when you have it on your lap. However, it happens not so often, so it's actually doable to be with that. Number 2, the charging cable. As you probably notice, the charging cable is the USB-C, can be plugged in either side of the laptop. However, I have absolutely no idea what's the point of this light. It reminds me a lot of the light that we can have on the old style Mac chargers that would highlight if the laptop is charging or charged. However, I see little to no point of that light on this cable. And it's actually really frustrating at night when the light can become really annoying. Number 3, the location of the delete button. Because of the power button being moved over here from this location on the previous Dell XPS, it actually shifts the delete button to the left. That means that when you are trying to press it, you're often going to hit the power instead of the delete. Takes a little bit of use to, however, it is a little bit frustrating. Could be a bit better location. Quality of the camera. It is 2020 and the camera on this laptop is absolutely horrible. It's 720p resolution. It is very grainy. It's actually one of the worst cameras quality I have seen on the laptop for quite a while. Make it really frustrating for you to use and be able to join the conference calls that we actually have to do nowadays because of us having to work remotely primarily. 5th is the confusion around the Thunderbolt ports that are located on the left hand side. There's 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports. They do not have any designation. However, on the right hand side of the laptop, we have a single USB-C cable. We have a single USB-C port located next to the SD card and a Kensington lock. However, the frustration is that if you have the device that is not linked to one or the other standard, you will find yourself having to unplug and plug it onto the other side, which can be actually really frustrating. Let's talk about the positives of this laptop. Probably one of the biggest positives I have found so far is the quality of the keyboard. It has very nice feel to it. There's a softness as you travel with a satisfying bump at the bottom, and it's very great to type on, very easy. And actually I do like this setup of the arrow keys. It's very easy for you to press. I don't find it to be complicated, and generally, apart from the delete button being a standard layout, it is actually really good. Next is the touchpad. As you all can see, it is probably one of the biggest touchpads on the Windows laptops on the market. It is actually the same quality as anything I have experienced on the Apple device. It's got a great texture, very precise in use, very good experience. The only complaint would be that the actual clickable section is at the bottom of the touchpad, meaning that the top does not respond so easily to a press. However, obviously you can just tap or tap 2 fingers to do it, and then you do have the swipes and all the other functions available, same as on the Mac. So actually it's probably one of the best touchpads. Screen quality, it's absolutely outstanding. It's a 15-inch screen packed in a 14-inch body, and it is a full 4K screen resolution. It's actually 4K plus because of a 16:10 screen ratio. The screen is compatible with HDR. However, one thing to remember is when you have your HDR switched on and you're going to unplug and plug the power, by default in Windows HD settings, they do use optimized battery life, meaning that when you unplug the power, the screen will flicker, and when you plug the power back in, it will flicker again. So changing it to optimize for image quality when they use HDR is enabled makes it actually much more smooth and actually makes it much more nice experience. However, for most of the time I do have the HDR off because it is actually plenty good quality and I do not feel a need to enable it. However, when watching a movie, I definitely would switch it on. It is as well touch, so as any of you might have noticed, it is great when you want to add something, when you want to type or write or do anything. It actually have an additional ability to use with your finger or with the pen. Number 4, battery life. It is actually really good. I have found myself editing the previous video as well as going to be editing this video on the laptop while on battery pack, and I was able to achieve almost 4 hours of battery use. I'm doing editing, correction, and then exporting the video. The screen can be too bright at the lowest setting. When you actually adjust the settings, I do find that it's a little bit too bright when in the dark location. I think that might be fixed in the due course with a BIOS update. However, it is actually great to use that screen side even on a sunny day. The battery life have actually been about 4 hours on the normal heavy use of video editing and processing, and on the standard office I was able to get 7 to 8 hours and still have had the battery left at the end of the day. The additional benefit as well is that because this laptop is compatible with any USB-C charger, you can have your Apple or your Dell charger located in different locations. You can just plug in and top up your battery whenever needed very easily in a very convenient way. In terms of the performance, the laptop comes with a i7 CPU 6-core. The 8-core CPU variant of this model is only available in US. It's not available in UK at the moment. However, 6-core is still plenty enough for most of the tasks. The laptop comes as well with 32 GB of RAM. However, you can upgrade to 64 if you would like to without a lot of problems. And actually, it's quite easy to do it yourself. The hard drive, it's a 1 terabyte hard drive with exceptionally high read and write speeds, and there's hardly any task that you can throw at this laptop that it would be struggling with. In terms of gaming, this laptop actually is quite powerful. Please do remember that it is more a business device rather than a gaming device. However, you're able to play comfortably in most of the games, assuming you adjust your screen resolution or the screen game quality accordingly. It is limited by only 4 GB in the graphic card versus 6 or 8 GB in other laptops, meaning that you will have to sacrifice a little bit in terms of the performance. I'm really happy with the purchase and I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe for more videos in the future.